Here's what happened this week in North Carolina politics. A real bombshell landed this week when the Trump administration announced that it will stop reimbursing the state of North Carolina for the full cost of Hurricane Helene recovery. Specifically, the Trump administration directed FEMA to stop reimbursing the state of North Carolina for the full cost of debris removal and emergency services from Hurricane Helene, and only reimburse part of the cost instead. Governor Stein's office says this is going to cost the state about $200 million more. FEMA also announced they're terminating a major grant program that's focused on building infrastructure that's resilient against natural disasters, and that's going to cost the state an additional $184 million that normally would have gone to Helene relief. Governor Josh Stein has appealed those decisions, but don't hold your breath. The upshot of all this is the Trump administration wants to move on from Hurricane Helene, and more of the costs are going to be borne by North Carolina alone. It is budget season in the state legislature, and once again, Republicans in the state Senate wrote and developed a complete state budget behind closed doors. They dropped all 1,100 pages of the budget on Monday night before a scheduled vote on Tuesday morning, when most of the Democrats were still trying to figure out what was in the bill. The Senate Republican budget does a lot of things. It has $32 billion in spending, it's over 1,000 pages long, but the big picture is that it increases spending while cutting taxes, which is not sustainable, and it also eliminates several thousand state jobs. So what happens next here is Republicans in the House will come up with their own budget proposal, and then Republicans in the Senate and the House will kind of fight it out. Democrats don't really get any role in writing a budget because they're in the minority, but nevertheless, 4 Democrats in the Senate did vote for the Republican budget proposal, which is very unusual. There's some great news this week out of the Attorney General's office. Attorney General Jeff Jackson announced a settlement with Cortland Management, the second biggest landlord in the state, that forces the company to stop using RealPage, which is software that helps landlords collude to artificially raise rents. The way RealPage works is it collects private data on rents from landlords all over the country and then processes it through an algorithm to advise landlords on how much they can feasibly raise rents by if they work together. See, it's illegal if landlords get together themselves and do that, so RealPage's business model is they play that role as a third party to help landlords get around the law, which is why Jeff Jackson took legal action. Jackson's office still has 5 other outstanding lawsuits against other landlords. We love to see it. A lot of weird news out there right now. Don't let it make you crazy. Take care of yourselves and your neighbors. Have a great weekend.